Welcome back to my channel, my loves. Thank you so much for being here today. Today I want to show you this acrylic nail tutorial. Do it at home. We're gonna go from this nasty nails to this bomb ass block. We're gonna start right now. So let's begin to show you some of the things that I use personally and some of the things that you will probably need. Like this first kit that I use is nail tips that I got from Walmart. They were only $5. It also brings a glue, so it's really awesome. I really enjoy this one. It works amazing. You'll also need acrylic powder. You'll also need acrylic liquid. Definitely need a nail clipper. This one I got from AliExpress along with these liquid acrylic and also the powder, where they were super cheap, only like $5, and this was only like $1. You can also use a nail clipper like this as well. You'll need a nail filer, buffer, or whatever you want to call it. You'll need a brush to apply the liquid acrylic and also the powder acrylic. And this one, again, I got it in a set with these from AliExpress, only for like $5. Even though I do not recommend this. This is super strong. It smells like a lot of chemicals, guys. I actually do not like the acrylic. It's very cheap made. I don't think it's as good, you know what I mean? It's not professionally, basically, but for beginners like me, I like really. You also need a little cup like this where you'll be pouring the liquid acrylic. Of course, you'll need the nail polish that you'll be using. Let's begin. You want to start by cutting down your nails. Mine are already cut down just because I previously did them. Next, you want to go ahead and buff them just to kind of take away all the shine that the nail has. The shine actually makes the glue not stick very well, so you want to make sure you buff away the shine of the nail. See that there, guys? I got fucking burned. It hurts like crazy. So when that's done, I like to go ahead and take another file and kind of round the shape of the natural nail. And I already did that just for the sake of this video, to go a little faster, because this is going to be pretty long. I just go around and shape it in a round shape, basically, on an almond. Next, I go ahead and take my tip nail, and I actually start measuring what nail fits into what finger. So for example, I'll take one and start measuring which nail will fit which nail. So for example, like this one, it's way over. Let me see if we can zoom in. So in this case, this nail would not fit this one. As you can see, the nail is actually touching skin, which we do not want that to happen. It will be very uncomfortable, and you will not like it. So here, this one will fit perfectly here, as you can see. They do not touch the skin, and it fits right in there, right on the exact nail shape. So that's what you're looking for. That's what I'm going to do now. So here are my nails. I actually put it one on top of another one just so I won't lose them. I really like this one. It's super affordable and lasts a very long time, and it holds the nail. It glues it really good. So we're going to go ahead and start gluing nails now. I'm going to go ahead and take the nail and just do one drop of glue. Literally one drop. You do not want more than that. And you're gonna go ahead and basically tip it there, hold it for 3 or 4 or 5 seconds till the nail is completely glued. The less glue the better. The less glue the better. So we have one down, and I'm just doing one drop and right ahead. You want to work fast with this glue because it dries pretty quick, but not quick enough to not give you time to actually, you know, glue it onto the nail. So that's why I like it. Put some pressure on it when you applying this glue, just to make sure that you're not leaving any kind of bubble air inside the nail. Just make sure you put some pressure enough to, you know, not leave any air in there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and undo this in the rest of my nails. Nails are on, I'm gonna go ahead and start shaping them, and we're actually gonna do like a coffin or a ballerina type shape. I honestly don't know what's the difference between them, but yeah, that's what we're going for. So the first thing I like to do is actually take this tool and kind of trim it down depending on how long you want the nail. I'm actually gonna cut it down just a little tiny bit. I'm not going too short. I actually like my nails pretty long, so yeah. So I'm literally just cutting like the tip of it. because either way we're gonna go ahead and file the nail down regardless. So yeah. That's done, I like to go ahead and take this puppy right here, which come in handy, and I take the edges of the nail off, literally off. So once again, I just take the edges of the nail. So once again, I just like to go ahead and take the nail clipper and kind of make it cut both sides, like the edges of the nail, and make it into like a pointy type thing. And if you want, you could go ahead and even file the nail and make it into a very fine point. And then what I like to go ahead and do is just cut literally the tip of it, and it will give you that kind of ballerina shape as you can see there. Let me see if I can show you. There you go, compared to, like, you know, the pointy ones. Just like that. So once again, you can go ahead and even file it and get it into a very fine point, and then just cut the tip of it. I feel like this is the easiest way to do it, because we obviously not a nail technician especially me. I am not a professional, and this is the easier way I find it, that it works for me. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing on my nails. So once again, that's one of the main reasons why I don't cut it too short, because we still have to go back and kind of, you know, define the nail, shape it, file it, and that will obviously shorten it even more. So yeah. So once you go ahead and shape the nail and have the desired shape that you like for your nails and the sides as well, I'm gonna go ahead and start with our acrylic, and we're gonna go ahead and start with the liquid acrylic. We're gonna pour a little bit here, but first you want to make sure you don't mess up your teeth with this acrylic stuff, because they do get hard and they stick on stuff. So just make sure you get an old cloth that you're not using anymore. Like this one, mine is, I just found it in the kitchen, and this is what we're going to be using, because I'll probably throw this out after this. So just so we won't mess up our table, make sure you get a cloth or something there. So yeah, let's go ahead and start. I'm gonna go ahead and pour a little bit of the liquid acrylic. You want to make sure, if you buy these stuff, guys, I do not recommend it. Once again, I do not recommend it. They smell very, very strong, and they are cheap quality. So I don't know how that will work on your neck. Some people are actually allergic to acrylic, and the acrylic make you lose a fucking finger. So be careful if you're allergic to acrylic. But further ado, let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit of this liquid acrylic onto this thing here. So I'm actually going to be using white acrylic today. And this is the brush that it came with. And we're gonna begin. So I like to dip it in this, make it soft, because it gets really hard because of the acrylic if you used before. So what I like to do is kind of let it, tap it a little bit, and then just go ahead and leave it there just a little tiny bit for like a couple of seconds, just so that actual acrylic could adhere to the actual brush. I start by little, just because I'm not a professional, guys. I don't like, you know, to mess things up. So I start like applying little by little and kind of building it up, basically. So kind of like you was painting or like putting nail polish on, basically. So I just keep going back and forth with it. Just start like patting it on. Make sure you get it as smooth as possible. It's really tricky working with this, because you could get a little bumpy, or maybe it doesn't blend well. It's really hard working with this, to be honest with you. I really like the other tutorial that I did without using acrylic. Acrylic is kind of more difficult and kind of more for professional use. basically work in very small strokes just because, again, I'm not a professional and this shit is so hard to do by yourself. I mean, if you're not a professional, so I just go back and kind of fill in or tap on the little areas that I kind of left dents in, like little, I don't know if you can see that kind of little dents basically. And I just kind of fill them in and making sure everything looks proportionate and even. And then that's what I'm gonna do basically on all the nails. You also want to make sure you don't take the brush too dry and not too wet, because when you pick up the product, it can either, if it's too like wet, it might just like, you know, it's not gonna take any shape, and if it's too hard, it's gonna dry really quick on the nail and you're not gonna be able to shape it into the nail basically, or mold it into the nail. So make sure you find the right consistency when you're doing the nail and, you know, pouring it into them. So once you're done putting the acrylic on, you don't hesitate to go back with the nail filer and kind of file on top just to make the top smoother. You can definitely go back and just shape it, and on the side as well, just to reshape it just in case you go out of line or something like that. And again, just to make the surface smoother, or you could go with a buffer and just buff them out. Then I want to go ahead and wash my hands and then paint my nails, and we're basically done. I'm just gonna go ahead and paint my nails with this nail polish by Wet n Wild. It's actually a gel, One Step Wonder Gel, and this is in the color Condensed Milk. I'm gonna go ahead and paint my nails. So here's my final look, guys. I really hope you like this tutorial, but let's now show you how I remove them. So I start by actually clipping the nail, basically the acrylic on top, just clipping that off with a nail clipper, as you can see here, and I go all the way down to my natural nail. So I just kind of, you know, to make everything easier, I just go ahead and clip them off. Next, I go ahead and take a container that I can fit both of my hands, because we're going to be putting our hands in this thing. So the first thing I do is actually pour some hot water. Be careful if you burn yourself or anything like that, don't pour it too hot either. But yeah, I just go ahead and put the actual nail polish remover, because the hot water actually activates it to work even faster, because this quite takes a long process. Then I take it out and I pour out some of the water and I leave some in it, and then I go ahead and actually use my nail polish remover, pour a little bit in it, and then I go ahead and soak in my nails for 30 minutes. Make sure you are watching like Netflix or a movie and sit it down comfortably, because you have to wait 30 minutes for this process to actually, you know, be done completely and work as it did with me. Then I go ahead and take a nail clipper, and I'm going to be using that part of the nail clipper obviously, and I'm going to start taking, like, basically this is just going to help to pop off the nail. That's all you're going to be doing. The nail should be like smooth and easy to pop off, just like this one here, and you shouldn't have any strictness or any damage on the nail. Just literally popping off the nail, just helping it give it a little push there. As you can see, my nail looks completely normal. You shouldn't have any like damage or anything like that. But yeah, once again, I did it in slow motion, just you can see it. It's just like a little pop off basically, and that is it. Don't forget to follow me on my social media. I follow back. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.